Swadika, welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. They say the people out here start an auspicious day, a good day from here. They come in here and pray, and that gets them a good day all day. Well, we're doing the same. Our journey, of course, is going to be a little bit more technical because it's all technology. We're here for a very, very interesting event. But before I reveal anything, I must tell you something else. Today really is a two-country show. We're here, and you know, in movies you have a flashback. You go back in time. We will go back to India for another big event. But first, let me just show you a little bit about where we are here in Bangkok, Thailand. We're going back to India, and why? Just before we were leaving for Bangkok, and I mean it, just before, hours before, we got our hands on the new iPad. Yes, the iPad 3, the iPad HD, whatever you want to call it, we got that. How could we not do a detailed review? So let's go back to India, flashback mode, the new iPad. This is the magical, amazing, almost unbelievable world of technology. So the Cell Guru team about to take a flight. In fact, I think we have less than 2.5 hours left for our flight to take off to Thailand for an event out there. And what happens? We are here recording in studio because we've got that one device that you've been waiting for. We've landed the all-new iPad. Now, we'll do a review of the all-new, hands-on review of the all-new iPad. And I have 5 guests, people who feel very passionately about either the device or the company. And the passion can run both ways. So we'll take a look at all of them. But first, the 5 guests that I have, we asked them one question. We didn't give them the new iPad. We said, what's the biggest expectation you have? So let's meet the 5 guests and what they had to say.
The first thing that I wanted to experience was the Retina display.
Quad-core graphics in a tablet for the first time, games would be amazing.
The 180p recording. I'm dying to get my hands on the iPad just to read books, to play games, and just to experience that Retina display of the iPad.
I was told by my friends that I have to use the camera on iPad 3, so I'm just waiting to use this camera firsthand.
Okay, so you've met the 5 guests, but you haven't met our most important guest, and that, of course, is the new iPad. Quick look, this is our hands-on unboxing and review of the all-new Apple iPad.
It looks the same. The outer shell is a carbon copy. The box it comes in is an exact replica. If Apple wanted to make sure that nobody could physically figure out if this is the new iPad or the iPad 2, then they've been supremely successful. But the similarity stops as soon as you take the new iPad out and fire up the screen. Boom! The 3.1 million pixels hit you with a gigantic force. The icons look like they've been smoothed over. The wallpaper looks like it has a whole different shimmer to it. Fonts have 0 jagged edges even if you zoom in. Web pages, small fonts, dark fonts on dark backgrounds, ebooks, games, movies, photos all look elegant and beautiful. And then you put an iPad 2 next to the new iPad and the difference becomes even more apparent. What used to look good on the iPad 2 now looks seriously ugly. All font types look bad, letters have jagged edges all around, and web pages look ugly and cluttered and almost non-readable. The Retina display is an awesome force. Once you get over the Retina shock, you suddenly realize that the device in your hand feels a bit thicker and heavier. Well, it is. The 9.7-inch tablet clocks in at 652 grams. You move next to the other very hyped feature, the camera at the back. This is a massive improvement on the iPad 2's effort as our comparison photos confirm. With the new 5MP camera, it even brags of 1080p high-definition video recording. However, no improvement in the front camera leaves FaceTime lovers disappointed. Real pity they didn't give a great camera in the front. HD video conferencing would have been awesome. There's a new processor thumping inside this brand new tablet, an A5X chip providing a step up in power from the A5 chip powering the last iPad. The A5X is a dual-core processor served with quad-core graphics, and all of this new horsepower truly shows everything happens fast, apps open instantly, you touch it and it reacts. Performance is smooth as silk here. Next and very apparent is the upgrade from the iOS 5 to 5.1. Smooth menu navigation, personal Wi-Fi hotspot and a lot more. Siri, the voice assistant, didn't make a cut to this tablet, but it's not as heartbreaking as we thought. There is voice dictation that works perfectly well with Indian accents. In fact, this was the big surprise for us, as accuracy was touching 100%.
An exclusive look at the new iPad.
Battery life too is impressive at 10 hours. With games and movies, it ran a little hot, about 10 to 15 degrees hotter, but with the amount of hardware and that screen and a bigger battery life, the heat isn't a deal breaker at all. Our iPad 2 smart covers didn't work on the new iPad, and we were truly disappointed that nobody came running up to us to see the new iPad. Not being able to chest thump is a big loss on the new iPad, as nobody knows you have the new iPad. Cell Guru verdict, the new iPad is the best tablet your money can buy right now. The screen is awesome, the add-ons are terrific, it runs fast and very smooth, voice dictation works like a charm. Pity about the iPad 2 look and feel from the outside. Not being able to show off that you have the new iPad is a bit of a heartbreaker.
Okay, that's it. Now time to get down and dirty. Vikram, one of the first people in the country to own an iPad, the new iPad, right? I have to keep calling it the new iPad. Confuses me whether it's iPad 1 or the new iPad. Your first impression?
The first impression of the iPad has been wow. First of all, the Retina display works like awesome. And the gaming experience, due to the upgradation of the resolution, has been awesome.
Harshit, your first impression was that you were very, very curious about many things. Now that you've had time with it, what do you think?
The Retina screen completely blew me away. I mean, the things that are possible with such high resolution, they can blow your mind.
Yeah.
And especially reading a book on it, it feels like glowing paper. Yeah.
So again, Retina and a little bit more, mainly mind blown with Retina. Let's move on now to Nitin.
Yeah, there's no specific difference as of such, unless you hold the two iPads next to each other. And in the home screen also you find the both are the same. And unless you watch, go and read a movie, go and read a text, or watch a movie or see a photo, you find the real...
So you're saying you had to struggle to find
exactly
that mind-blowing experience that everybody's talking about. Okay, good point out here. Let's move to Karan.
For me, I think the biggest thing is photography, because there's so many photographers that I know. The moment somebody clicks a picture, they want to see it on their iPad. They transfer it onto the iPad, and it looks absolutely amazing. It looks mind-blowing on the new iPad.
Like he said, the camera just blew my mind away. It's awesome. The 5-megapixel camera on the iPad 3 is... you can do stuff with it while watching it in HD.
Now that you have, I mean, you already have it, okay? What is the advice you'd give to people? Is this something that is now going to be the next revolution? Is this as good as you expected?
I think that with such a high resolution, the possibility of applications that can come now are completely, because we are finally at a point that tablet apps can compare to computer apps. Even the only negative point is the marketing strategy behind it, because the new iPad, while already like selling the iPad 2, how does that compare?
If you're living under a rock for the last 6 months or something, that person walks into an Apple store and says, I want an iPad, and they'll say, which one? And he says, which ones do you have? And you'll say, iPad 2 or iPad. Now, which one do you think you choose?
Plus, the whole, once you open the Apple website, it says resolutionary, which sort of seems cheesy and doesn't exactly look like something that would go past Steve Jobs in a board meeting.
So you don't think he signed off before he signed off?
I don't think so.
I think we should wait for some time for Samsung. Samsung had one piece of 10.1 and they came out with the other one in next 180 days or so.
Itself, and
exactly.
They beat the specs on
maybe that they would be having a 400 ppi instead of 264 ppi Retina display. Who knows?
But then it wouldn't make any difference.
The biggest negative to me is actually Apple not doing a global launch and leaving
It hasn't come to India,
leaving
we all
fans.
wait Apple for that. Yes, I think we'll get it very soon. I mean, from the iPhone 4S to the iPad 2, it came like this.
They announce and they release the products pretty quickly, in quick succession. No other company can even
most
get
people
close
make
to
an
that.
announcement 6 months and saying, you'll see it in July, you'll see it third quarter.
Though it will be around the world, but you'll see it.
After you've seen it, the iPad 3, new iPad, iPad HD, whatever you call it. Are you a buyer?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Close my eyes and buy it.
For a Retina display. You're going to close your eyes. It kind of defeats the purpose. Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, there's a maybe. You're going to wait for the competition?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Samsungs and the
Before it
LGs and the
reaches India.
Motorola's? Okay. So we will find out maybe in a few months from you.
I'd rob a bank, go to an Apple store and buy hundreds of iPads and distribute them to village children.
You're the only one who's used it for a long period of time. What's that? Do this, hand on your heart kind of thing. Absolutely worth the buy?
Yes.
100%?
Yes, 100%. Absolutely the buy.
So we've got every single impression that you could have. We've got the new iPad. We've seen what everybody thought about it. And right now, it is king of the hill. Now it's time for the competition to wake up. And now it's time for me to leave for the airport. We'll see you in Thailand. Welcome back to Sale Guru. That was India with the iPad, the all-new iPad. I must say, the minute we actually got that on that screen, oh my God. But the oh my God doesn't stop on Sale Guru ever, does it? We're now here in Thailand. We're here for a Samsung event. Lots of new products is what we've been told, but here's my prediction. 1 new tablet, 3 new phones. That's what I'm predicting. Let's see how accurate I am with the Samsung event in Thailand. As you can see, this is the hand of the world's first bionic man, a man who has icons built into his hand, and he can control himself with those icons just like a mobile phone. Guess whose hand this is? Obviously it's mine, but I'm not bionic as yet. I'm moving towards it. Technology is building me up. I'm actually using this, a projector phone. This is the Samsung Beam, a projector phone that has a lot built in. First, I think the best part about this is that it looks like a normal phone. Look, it's not very, very thick, doesn't look bulky, doesn't look ugly like normal projector phones. Then, interesting enough, the lumens in this, very good. Battery life, again, even with projection, very, very good. And then the utilities inside are fantastic. You can get up to about 50 inches in a semi-dark room. And the potential is amazing, from presentation, scribbling, to live projection. As you shoot, you can actually project. So it's all happening, very interesting, and at a pretty good price point. Let's take a look. The Samsung Beam coming soon to a projection screen near you.
A movie hall in your pocket. A phone that takes photos and videos and can share them with an audience of 50. A phone that can take videos and project them in real time. This is the all-new Beam from Samsung. The phone looks good, slim, measuring 12.55 millimeters, and none of the ugly bulk of a projector unit. The projection optics are placed to the top of the phone that can beam out videos, photographs, movies, and whatever else you want onto any surface. There are different modes to select from. The regular projector mode that can project any image, videos or photographs up to 50 inches. The quick pad mode is very handy to make notes or highlight information during a PowerPoint presentation. And with the ambience mode, you can kiss boring alarm tones goodbye. Now you can wake up to a video or a rock concert or even a movie scene being projected onto the ceiling of your room. And if you are in a dimly lit room, you can use the camera and video light to project a live image of the objects around using the Visual Presenter tool. The phone has a 4-inch Super AMOLED screen with a resolution of 480 by 800. It has an internal storage of 8 GB with memory expandable to 32 GB. The phone has a rear camera of 5 megapixel along with a 1.3 MP front camera as well. It runs on the 2.3 Android operating system and is topped with Samsung's latest TouchWiz 4.0 UI. The Galaxy Beam uses a dual-core 1 GHz processor and is packed with a 2000 mAh battery, which is much needed to use the projector of the phone. That's enough juice to project an entire movie plus more.
Now, the one phone that people have been very disappointed with Samsung, not because it's a bad phone, but because they're just not releasing it in India, is the Nexus. And suddenly, out of the blue, I already have in my hand the Nexus Killer. This is called the Galaxy S. Yes, it's an S-series phone, advanced. And why is it a Nexus Killer? Well, it's actually an add-on, really, and I'll show you why. I'll bring the camera closer, and you'll be able to see. Do you see the curve in this phone, a discernible curve? Well, the screen curves too, and that makes it very, very unique. It's a dual-core phone. It is an S-series phone, priced at about 21,000, and it's come out of the blue. Nobody really knew about it. About to come to India, and I believe this is going to be a very interesting phone. And then I'm taking you into budget smartphone category. Remember, the Galaxy Y is a market leader out here. What if I can give you a phone that's better than the Galaxy Y at a cheaper price? Well, then you'll say that's good for your pocket, and we call it the Galaxy Pocket.
This was a major surprise. Taking advantage of the gap and expectation between the Galaxy S2 and the upcoming Galaxy S3, Samsung has taken out a brand new phone. They call it the Galaxy S Advance. And this phone is all about curves. The Galaxy S Advance is an exceptionally curvaceous phone that curves away from your face as you talk. Thus, no by-mistake cheek dialing, and also no face smudges on your phone screen while you talk. Not the best looking in the S series, the subtly curved-in screen leaves the phone feeling heavier at the bottom than the top. It is very comfortable and secure to hold. The peculiar curve results in a slimmer top, therefore both the ports are at the bottom. The micro USB port, used for both charging and data transfers, is right where it belongs. But the audio jack should have made more sense at the top. Right below the 4-inch AMO LED screen are the usual set of Android controls, menu and back keys, and a physical home button. At the back you will find a 5MP camera with LED flash and 1.3 megapixel front camera for video calling. It runs on Android 2.3 OS, which is a little disappointing as now is the era of the latest Android 4.0. The phone software is however upgradable. The curvaceous device is powered by a dual-core processor offering great web experience. With a battery of 1500 mAh, it does manage to run it all. But it doesn't bring anything new to the table. Nothing really exciting. All in all, a great budget option for Android lovers, and it is likely to be priced at around 23,000. Moving on to the pocket-friendly, the Galaxy Pocket, a good device in a small package. Offering a variety in screen sizes, this one just comes with a 2.8-inch touchscreen. It runs on Android 2.3 Gingerbread. It is happy with 832 MHz processor. At the back is a 2-megapixel camera, and it comes with 3 GB of internal memory. The smaller version of the very successful Galaxy Y does look cute and still packs a punch. And while we were happy to see 2 new phones from Samsung, we still couldn't figure out what the delay behind the Samsung Nexus phone was. We decided to find out.
In India, we see a big success and big appreciation from our consumer side for the Galaxy Note and Galaxy S2. So in that sense, we are now making out a strategy how to keep the Galaxy Nexus amongst those kind of the big hit models.
So an incredible journey comes to an end, but remember, my journey still continues. I'm actually roaming around in all of Bangkok in this golf cart, this battery-operated golf cart, a very fun and very green way of taking a look at this city. But do remember, what a span we had on this show. We came from India to Thailand. From Thailand, I took you back to India in flashback mode, the iPad, so many new phones, a new tablet, and of course, I think the big one, how your phone will be able to control every single thing. So that was the content. But do remember, on Cell Guru in the next few weeks, big stories coming up. So stay tuned. This is Rajiv Makni and the Cell Guru team saying goodbye to you from Bangkok.